So let's have a little chat, shall we? I don't know where to begin. So much is going on, as usual. Um, how come no one is talking about Hunter Biden and that video that came out with him going back and forth, or arguing rather, with an unidentified female, and there was crack, what appeared to be crack, laying on a phone or a dresser or something like that, and nobody has been talking about that. I find that interesting. Excuse me. But that's right. When you're a liberal, you can be a crackhead. You can terrorize people. You can be a criminal and be glorified. You can be all of these things that are really looked at as outcast type of behaviors. You can be all of these things under the liberal regime, because liberals are some ain't shit motherfucking people. They are. They ain't shit. Liberals ain't shit. The black ones nor the white ones. They ain't shit. Now, they may have fractions of liberalism that do help people in some retrospects, maybe a small fraction. I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I find it interesting, the hypocrisy of liberalism. And all of this ties into the occult and spirit. Because when you live in a liberal place like I do, you see the dysfunction once your eyes are open. And I find it interesting that no one is really talking, especially, I'm talking about shows like The View or any other liberal outlet. They're not really talking about Hunter Biden like that. And I just find that interesting. The president's son is on camera engaged in drug activity, and no one is saying anything about it. Then you have Nancy Pelosi. She was on an episode of Drag Race, and you're the Speaker of the House. People are your constituents, not me, but people are suffering. Again, I'm not putting myself in this energy because I'm not suffering. People are suffering. People don't have money. People have been mind controlled to believe that they can't lift themselves up out of their circumstances. And this is because of people like Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, and these other liberal warlocks and witches and all of these other types of people. Your constituents are suffering, and the only thing that you can do is go on Drag Race, on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I don't have anything against RuPaul, but I'm just saying this is not the time nor the place for that. And to be fair, I don't know when she went on to Drag Race. It may have been a while ago, but I do think it's highly inappropriate for the Speaker of the House to be on a show like Drag Race. You are a U.S. political official. You're not an entertainer, or really are you? Because a lot of people say that a lot of these politicians are really actors anyway. A lot of these actors, they come from, they're like, what do they call them? They come from the CIA. They were born and bred within the CIA. That's why a lot of them, have some of the problems that they do. But that's another story. People ain't ready for that. Some of our most famous, beloved actors are nothing but CIA agents, a lot of them. and entertainers. So I don't know. But I find that highly improper for the Speaker of the House to be on Drag Race while you have the president's son running around in videos involved in illegal drug activity. So what that tells you is this. Hunter Biden has not been arrested. He has not been arrested. Nothing has happened to him. So that tells you right there that the government really does not view crack as an illegal substance, or at least not for certain people. The government, this is what they do. This is what they do. So the government is actually backing this type of shit up. Why isn't Hunter Biden in jail? You all are doing all of this shit to Trump and all this other stuff. You all are doing all of these, Trump is being indicted here and January 6th here and all that other bullshit. But nothing is being said about Hunter Biden. And I'm specifically talking about The View. How come none of those ladies have said anything? The View is trash now. The View is trash. I think the only person on The View who really has any class, any real class, and I know this may be a long shot, but the only person on The View that I really think has any real class is that girl, Sarah Haynes. She's the only one that has any real class. And of course she does. She's a Virgo. She's the only one that has any real class. The rest of them, they have no class. And maybe Sunny Hostin. I like Sunny. Actually. It's something about her that I actually like. Maybe Sunny Hostin. But the rest of them, the show lacks class. And it's really sad because when that show first premiered, although I wasn't watching it back in the 1990s because I was a teenager, I didn't have any interest in that type of stuff. But what I do know is this. When the show premiered back in the 1990s, it was nothing like this. The energy was totally different. I know the times were different, but they had people on the show that did have class. Meredith Vieira, Star Jones, Joy Behar. Joy has gone downhill in the class department too because of how the show has changed. That show was not a political show. Oh, and how can we forget the incomparable Barbara Walters, who is probably dead and they're not even telling us. But that's another story. But The View has definitely gone downhill. They don't even have guests on anymore that are really reputable. The only type of guests they have on the show now are people that really don't have any talent, or people that you've never even heard of before. They used to have people on the show that were household names. People that you would see and be like, oh, that's Joan Collins from Dynasty. Oh, that's Joan Rivers. Oh, that's Della Reese. Oh, that's Diane Carroll. Oh, that's Denzel Washington. Oh, that's Morgan Freeman. Now the people that they have on the show are weirdos who have no talent, or people that you've never even heard of before. And that leads into the second part of my video. We live in an age now where everyone can say, look at what I can do! Do you remember that show, Mad TV? It was a comedy show where they did all these comedy sketches. I loved Mad TV. It was similar to, excuse me, and it might have been born, my allergies are bothering me, child. 'Tis the season. It's similar to In Living Color. And I believe they used In Living Color as the template. So you remember Mad TV? They had Aries Spears on there. They had just a lot of talented, funny people. You know, a lot of talented, funny people. Nicole Sullivan and just so many people I can't even name. But my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, was Stuart. Do you all remember Stuart? He was, well, the actor that played him was that tall white guy. And I think Stuart was, I think he was awkward. He was very awkward. He kind of looked like, how can I put it? Who did he look like? I'm trying to think of someone that he kind of resembled. But they dressed him up in that blonde wig. He looked really awkward. And his mother was crazy as a motherfucker. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And she would say, "Start! Start!" You know, crazy. And Stuart was really crazy, but he was funny. And whenever Stuart was special. Let's just say that he was special. Okay? He was special. And whenever Stuart wanted attention, he would say, "Look at what I can do!" And he really couldn't do anything. But it was so fucking funny, and the concept was so fucking funny, because he was somebody, he was playing a child who was trying to be noticed, but he was special at the same time. And he was dangerous and violent, but the shit was funny. Okay? The shit was funny. And that's the age that we live in now. We live in an age where you can go to TikTok and people who have no talent. You can go on YouTube, people who have no talent. They can get on YouTube, they can stalk people, they can harass people. They can get on TikTok, and it's the Stuart effect. Look at what I can do! And they really can't do anything because they really don't have any talent. But the way the world is moving, these types of people are the ones dictating the culture. And I'm talking about the ones who have large followings. I'm talking about the ones who are influencers. I mean major influencers, because they do the stupidest thing. Look at what I can do! And because the public is so fucking stupid and dumbed down, they don't know or realize what real talent is anymore. So what they have done is, the people, the real people, such as myself and other people who have real spirit and real talent, because it does not align with their way of thinking, they try to take us out, or they try to make it harder for us to reach certain levels of success and access those things. That's like I told you all in a prior video, a couple of videos back, that everything in this society, it seems like, is interconnected in a Masonic network. You can't even get a job at Verizon as a customer service representative in the United States unless you know someone. Because they have a bunch of, look at what I can do, people on the fucking job. And y'all know those people who are customers of Verizon, such as myself, you know that them motherfuckers are nasty. Those customer service reps, they are horrible. I've had to cuss them out millions of times because they're hiring a bunch of stewards. Look at what I can do! And that is the way that the world is moving. The world is being ran, it seems like, by a bunch of fucking stewards and their mothers. Look at what I can do! I can just go on TikTok. And I can say something stupid, or I can go on YouTube and stalk and harass people, and I can get views. Give me a second. But this is the way that the world is moving. I'm in the process of making a video. And the people with real talent and real spirit, and talent is not just the entertainment world. Talent is doing what I'm doing right here. Talent is your spiritual work, whether you're doing candle magic, whether you're doing spell work. That's a spiritual art. They call spirituality the arts. And the people that really do have the talent, a lot of times we're the ones who get harassed and stalked and attacked, especially if you're a woman, a black woman with real talent. Especially if you're a black woman with real talent. Let me say it again. Especially if you're a black woman with real talent. You definitely are a hot commodity to be targeted. They do that to talented black women all the time, especially in the spiritual community. So this is what's really, happening now. These TikToks and all of this other bullshit, these Instagrams and all of this bullshit, these people who become famous who have no talent. And it's one thing to become famous and have talent and spirit that everyone can benefit from, but it's another thing when you're talentless and spiritless, and that is what you're putting out into the known universe. And it's causing a reverberation. Look at what I can do! And you can't really do anything. And they have the backwards energy backing them up. Stuart! Who are these people? Because I can tell you, there are people right now that I have seen that are well known in social media who I don't think should be as well known as they are. But they're well known because they did it off of the energies of black women. And this ain't jealousy and this ain't hate. I'm just speaking truth. T.S. Madison. I'm just being honest. What made the Supreme, what did they call it? What is it? The court, whatever, the show he had? That show? The court show, the little, fake court show or whatever the case he had. That was funny and shit when Kaya was on there. And I don't give a fuck who gets offended. It was better with Kaya. T.S. Madison by herself or by himself is not really interesting. Not. Just being honest. Funky Dineva. Not really interesting. Not really, how did these people get to where they're at? Look at what I can do! They don't have any spirit behind them. There's no spirit there. And there's no real talent. The talent was Kaya. And what's so interesting was a few years ago, because I knew Kaya before I knew T.S. Madison, Kaya, and this ain't no hatred, ain't no hate. I'm speaking in terms of spirit and energy and talent. And because people see these people, I'll get back to my point, I will remember it. Because people see these people on TV or in certain positions, they think they have talent. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're not even able to give us real, good, juicy talent on fake reality TV anymore. Sanya Ross on The Real Housewives of Atlanta? Child, please. I would rather them bring back Portia. Drew Sidora? Child, please. Bring back Portia. Drew can stay, but she needs someone like Portia on the show to help balance that energy out. Portia was, now that I look at it, Portia had a little bit more talent than they did when it came to reality TV. But going back to what I was saying about Kaya, one day I just happened to be searching for Kaya to see what she had been up to all these years. My neck, my back, okay? So I happened to be looking for her, online to see what she had been up to. And I saw that she had this show, the Supreme, what do they call it? The Royal Court? I forgot. The court. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That T.S. Madison does not do anymore. Because T.S. Madison probably realized that it was not as good as it was with Kaya. He tried to bring on different special guests. And the only special guest that I really liked was Mama D. I think that's Scrappy's mother. I'm not up to date with all these ghetto ratchet types of people. But Mama D, I love me some motherfucking Mama D. I loved me some Mama D. Okay? Now I love me when he brought Mama D on, I got life off that motherfucking shit, okay? But when I saw that Kaya and T.S. Madison were collaborating on that show that they used to do, my spirit told me then, something said, Seer, it's not going to last. And I said to my spirit, what are you talking about? It ain't going to last. I knew it wasn't going to last. I knew that collaboration on that little court show, little fake court show, I knew that it would not last. I knew it wouldn't last. My spirit told me it won't last. And lo and behold, they got into a big whoop-de-doo and fell out, and their relationship has not been the same since. Because you can't trust them motherfucking Libras. That's why. You can't trust them motherfucking Libras. Can't trust them. But that's another story. Can't trust them Libras, especially the females. Sorry, y'all. I get along with the men, but them females, I don't trust them female Libras. Don't trust them. Them bitches will backstab you in a motherfucking minute. They will backstab you in a motherfucking minute. And don't get offended, Libras. I'm not talking about personally. I'm talking about the energy that guides you. I don't trust Libras. I would trust a Pisces before I would trust a Libra. I would trust a Gemini before I would trust a Libra, especially a female. And the men, I get along with them because them Libra men, they freaky as a motherfucker. But that's another fucking story, child. But all of these people, look at what I can do, that look for attention online, and then they become these social media influencers and sensations, and they don't really have any talent. I never heard of Drew Sidora. Never heard of her. Never heard of her before. Not saying she's a bad person. I don't like how they're trying to bully her on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I never heard of her before. Who is she? And just because you've done something before in the movies or in TV does not necessarily qualify you to be on someone's TV once a week. I don't want to see Drew Sidora every day. Once a week. I don't want to see Sanya Richards all the time either. Or whatever her name is, the runner from there. I don't want to see her. She's a great athlete. She's probably a great person. But when it comes to being talented on a reality show, she doesn't have it. Drew Sidora doesn't have it. Not for a reality show. Now, if Bravo were smart, this is what they would do. Get rid of Drew, get rid of Sanya. And I was so glad that they got rid of that rat-faced Tanya, that light-skinned girl. Oh, excuse me, I'm so glad they got rid of that motherfucker. She got on my goddamn nerves. She was goofy, and she had no talent. Get rid of Sanya. Make Drew a friend. Bring back Portia. And bring back Phaedra. But Phaedra don't want to come back. Okay. And Candy said she would leave if Phaedra came back. Bye. Because you're boring too. You write some good music. Ain't got no issue with you. And damn, girl, you look good, Candy. You ain't aged in years. But you're boring. You're boring. Bring back Phaedra. Bring back Phaedra. And bring back Portia. And downgrade Drew to a friend. And also bring back Eva Marcel. Bring back Eva. See, the problem is when Eva was on there the first time, they didn't really have a good storyline for her. I mean, besides her talking about that crazy ass baby daddy of hers, what's his name, Kevin? Yeah, he's a Leo. You know, them motherfucking Leo men, they motherfucking crazy as a motherfucker, but that's another story. That was the only storyline that she had. But now that Marlo is on there, and now that Marlo is a peach holder, and they got Sheree back, bring back Eva and bring back Portia. You ain't got to bring Phaedra back. If they can bring back Eva and Portia, things would be popping. And downgrade Drew to a friend. And get rid of Sonya. Get rid of Sonya. And maybe bring back Lisa Wu. They need another OG on there. Bring back Lisa Wu, maybe. That's what you do. But they're not going to do that because they're going to bring on somebody. Look at what I can do. Those are the type of people that they're bringing on. Sonya Richards Ross offers nothing to the show. Absolutely nothing. Drew does not offer anything to the show. She does not have the talent to be on reality TV. She doesn't. She does not make good reality TV. She simply doesn't. Same thing with Basketball Wives. Who is it? Angel? Angel don't make good reality TV. She makes a good sacrifice. You know, Angel, the chick that's married on Basketball Wives, the one that all the girls keep fucking with because they probably jealous because she got a black man or whatever the case may be, or in their mind they think they should be jealous, and I don't know why, because that nigga's fucking gay. Allegedly, let me say it that way. You can't see the sachet and Shantae. He got twinkle, twinkle, little star all in his motherfucking eyes, honey. He got that twinkle in his motherfucking eye. I don't know why they keep coming for that girl Angel, but Angel is boring. She is not made for reality TV full time. She should be a friend. They need Evelyn and Tammy back. They need Evelyn and Tammy back. I know they're not going to get Tammy back. They should at least have Evelyn back. And Shawnee, she done got married, and her husband's very interesting too, but that's another story. He look like he got that twinkle in his eye too. What is with all these men in the industry that look, child, I don't know. But we live in the age and the energy of, look at what I can do. They make irrelevant people relevant. Let me say that again. They make irrelevant people relevant. Just go on TikTok. Motherfuckers do stupid motherfucking shit, and everyone thinks that it's so talented. Somebody can tear up a piece of paper. Look at what I can do! And they get 1 million motherfucking followers on TikTok or more for tearing up a piece of paper. When did talentless, spiritless, irrelevant people, when did they become the people that influenced everything? And who's behind this motherfucking shit? Because these people have no talent. They have no talent. And I'm sorry, Jackie Christie, I don't mean any harm. You should not be acting. You have no talent. You're good for reality TV, but when they start branching these motherfuckers out to acting, that's a problem. Now, Tammy Roman can act. Tammy can act. Tammy got talent. She can act. I like Tammy. She can act. And I'm not saying that because I like her, but she can act. Kenya Moore is good for reality TV. Her acting, not so much, but she's good for reality TV. On a side note, they also need to do this too. They need to do everything in their power to get Mariah back with Bravo. Because if she's not going to be on Married to Medicine, they need to put her over on Housewives of Atlanta. Because at first, that is where she was going anyway. She was going to Housewives of Atlanta. And she probably would be a better fit over there anyway. Because a lot of people don't know it, but a lot of the Married to Medicine ladies and a lot of the Real Housewives of Atlanta ladies, a lot of them have a lot of beef with each other. And child, that makes good for reality TV. But Bravo doesn't do that. Just like when you what's that show, Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. He brings on people that I don't even know these fucking people. How did they become, who are them? Who are they? Excuse me. Look at what I can do. And they can't do shit. They can't do shit. They are promoted and they are put out by people who are not talented as well, because they've killed off most of the talented people or silenced them. Or the real talented people, they had to move underground to the underworld to do their motherfucking shit. Because they're promoting talentless, spiritless, non-human people. At least back in the day when the CIA produced actors and shit like that, at least they would have some talent. Ain't that right, Elvis Presley? But that's another story. Jim Morrison, that's another story too. But at least they had talent. These people that are being forced down our throats, they don't have talent. They're nothing but a bunch of Stuarts. Look at what I can do! A lot of them are, how can I say this? A lot of them are special. A lot of these people are special. Let's just say it that way. They're special. Without calling out any specific group. Because I don't believe in, when I say special, let me just say it. When I say special, I'm talking about a level of retardation that has nothing to do with being mentally challenged. I'm not talking about autistic people. I'm not talking, because autistic people are really talented people. A lot of autistic people are really more advanced spiritually as well, but people don't recognize it. Retarded people are people who allow their life circumstances to destroy them. And then they will get noticed by some ain't shit ass motherfucking agent who's just trying to make motherfucking money. And then they will make it seem like these people are talented when they're really not. Look at what I can do. That's the world we live in. That's just like when I was looking at this episode of that reality show with Bobby Christina, Whitney Houston's daughter. This guy was trying to get her to sing. And Bobby Christina was not a singer. She had no talent for singing. And he was making her believe that she could sing like her mother when she could not. She couldn't. Not saying that she couldn't possibly get out of tune, but it was the fact that he was lying to her, and the clip is still here on YouTube. He didn't tell her the truth, like, no, singing is not for you. This is not for you. Acting is not for you either. He didn't tell her the truth. And we live in a culture now that's dictated by people who have not been told the truth because they're a bunch of Stuarts. Look at what I can do! They're a bunch of Stuarts. They are a bunch of awkward, antisocial, socially inept, insipid, banal people. And that's what's being pushed out into the universe. That's what's being pushed out into the universe. That's what's being pushed out on YouTube. Most of these people that have all of these subscribers, millions of subscribers, most of these people don't have no real talent. They need to bring Claudia Jordan back on The Real Housewives of Atlanta too. That would be good too. Claudia Jordan has talent. But her sitting up there with Funky Geneva and Al Reynolds, Star Jones' ex-husband, Claudia Jordan is the only one up there with any talent or any spark. Both them two are dry as fuck. They have no talent, they have no spirit, they have no personality. They're boring. I like it better when it's her, Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, and Vivica Fox. When they are on Fox Soul, because they know how to hold a real conversation. Being mean and nasty is not talent. That's not talent. Being an asshole is not talent. It may get you some pussy sometimes because it can be perceived as being a bad boy, but that ain't talent. But they're trying to make that talent. They're trying to make mean and nasty talent. And even if the energy is not mean or nasty, they try to force people down your throat that really have no talent. So I would like to call this the Stuart effect. This is the Stuart effect that we live in. And YouTube supports and facilitates this type of shit. Have you noticed that most of, if not all, of the YouTubers who are well known, YouTube celebrities, have you noticed how most of them either end up committing suicide, horrible things end up happening to them, or they end up in horrible scandals? That they can't get out of. I mean, do I need to name the names? Tasha K. And I like Tasha K's videos. I like some of her content. I like some of the things she has to say. But I'm just pointing out. Nothing personal. Her and the whole Cardi B thing. And many, many others that I can't think of right now with my words, but I know them in my mind. That have gotten into major controversies. Like some of the men who've been accused of pedophilia and all types of heinous crimes. These are the influencers. When did the government start? Well, always. I guess I shouldn't ask that question. The government has always been connected to the entertainment world. The political world and the entertainment industry has always had a bridge that connected it. People used to say that Marilyn Monroe had no talent. She had more talent than Kim Kardashian. And let me say this. I know a lot of people be scared to speak on the motherfucking Kardashians. I'm not. Kim Kardashian could never, let me say this. She could never, ever. I don't care if Marilyn Monroe was, some people say that Marilyn Monroe was really a man. I don't care if she was or not. Kim Kardashian, bitch, you could never walk in Marilyn Monroe's shoes. You could never be Marilyn Monroe. Now, I don't give too many white women props, but Marilyn Monroe, that was a bad motherfucking white girl. And Kim Kardashian, bitch, you could never. You could never. Because she keeps trying to pull Marilyn Monroe's motherfucking energy. You could never. Okay? You could never. You will never be a Marilyn Monroe. Could never. Ever. So stop it. She bought Marilyn Monroe's famous dress. I believe it's the one that she sung Happy Birthday, Mr. President to JFK back in 1961, I believe. Wait a minute. It wasn't long before she died. Not long before she died. Not long before she died. The Kardashians, that's another group. Look at what I can do. But they made a lot of money off of, look at what I can do. They should have never been famous. How did we let that happen? How did we let this type of shit happen? Oh, that's right. Black men use their energy to uplift them. That's right. Because if it weren't for black men fucking them and dicking them down, look at what they did to Lamar Odom. He can't even look at the screen no more without looking up to the ceiling. Just like on College Hill. All of them motherfuckers in that house are a bunch of, look at what I can do. Ray J is not talented. Big Frida's okay. Nene's alright. Young Slim or whatever his name is, he alright. And Lamar Odom, whenever he talks, his eyes float up to the ceiling. he can't stay focused. But that's right. That's because you all, black men, you all spent decades fucking the Kardashians, letting them pull your motherfucking energy, and now this is what we got. They were the template for, look at what I can do. They were the template for the Stuart effect. Yeah, they done made some motherfucking money, but it doesn't mean that they have fucking talent. That's why Beyonce don't hang around them. That's why Beyonce, and I'm not no big Beyonce fan, but she got more talent than them. If I had my choice, it would be Beyonce. Beyonce don't fuck with them because Beyonce is smart. And she knows that them bitches ain't got no motherfucking talent. She knows it. She's not going to hang around them. She's a Virgo. We smart. And we know not to exchange energies with certain people. Because a lot of people will say, well, how come Beyonce and Kim Kardashian don't fool with... Beyonce don't fuck with them. She know better. She know better. Beyonce knows better, child. Because Beyonce is not a Stuart. She's not a Stuart. And I'm not no big Beyonce fan, but she definitely ain't no motherfucking Stuart. She's not on that, look what I can do. No, Beyonce got some talent. She got some. She got a lot. Compared to Kim Kardashian and them. That's why she don't fuck with them. And I don't blame her. I was getting ready to say something else, but then that'll contradict what I said in earlier videos. Shit. You know? Shit, I'm going to say it. Saucy Santana got more talent than Kim Kardashian. Shit. T.S. Madison got more motherfucking talent than Kim Kardashian. Shit. But we live in a world of stewards, and they are dictating and they are influencing our culture. And that's a problem. And liberalism creates this. I was talking to a friend of mine today. She's an older lady. And she was saying that, you know, she's pro VAX. And she was saying she's tired of people and all of their damn rights. And I was saying in my mind, well, you are a liberal. You're a Democrat. And it is not in the nature of so-called liberalism to compromise. They don't compromise. Wasn't JFK a liberal? Who do you think killed him? Who do you think was behind the scenes, orchestrating his assassination? It was his own liberal party. It was his own Democratic Party. It's not in the nature of liberalism to compromise. So and I love this lady, but her complaining about people and their damn rights, well, this is what you've been voting for the past 60 years of your life. And now this is what we have. Because she doesn't think that people should have a choice on taking that vaccine. She thinks that it should be mandatory. Now, of course, you know I don't feel that motherfucking way. But she's an elder, so I don't really go back and forth because it's no point. But the point that I'm making is that these are the policies that you supported. This is liberalism. They don't compromise in liberalism. It is not in the nature of liberalism to compromise. See, going back to the show Charmed, you know, with the sister witches, I remember when Debbie Morgan played the seer was supposed to be very evil, right? And she was a demon. And she said something to Alyssa Milano, who played Phoebe, because Phoebe at that time had crossed over to the dark side to be with Cole, who was the source of all evil, and she gave up her sisterhood as one of the charmed ones to become the queen of the underworld. And I would have kept that, and I would have never motherfucking went back. Okay? But she had to go back for her sisters. But anyway, Phoebe said something. No, Debbie Morgan's character, the seer, she said it is not, because Phoebe said, oh no, Phoebe said this. She said, I want to know why I can't do both. Why can't I save innocence and be the queen of the underworld and the source's queen? And Debbie Morgan said to her, because it's not in the nature of good to compromise. So when you really think about it, that's really true. It's not in the nature of good to compromise. And when I say good, I'm talking about the fake so-called good guys who pretend to be good, but they're really not. And I'm talking about like these liberal people or this liberal mentality that you have to agree with them, you have to do what they say, you have to believe what they believe, or they will take you out. Just like they took out Darren Seals. His murder was never solved, in my Betty Davis voice. And you know, I'm getting ready to say something that's very, very controversial, and it may be triggering for some people, so get ready. You know who I would really love to have a conversation with? I would love to have a conversation with Steve Bannon. Because he's the bad guy right now. About this January 6th insurrection and all that old bullshit. I would love to talk to him. Because the bad guy is the one you really want to talk to. Because they're the ones with all the fucking information. I don't like him. Don't get it motherfucking twisted. I don't like him. But I want to talk to him. Because he's going to tell the fucking truth. While liberals are going to distort the truth. Why did they really do that shit on Capitol Hill on January 6, 2021? Why did that really happen? What is it that they knew? What is it that they know about the Biden administration that they felt like that this was necessary to do? What did they believe that they were going to do to the public that we don't know? See, there's some inside information that's not being said. See, a lot of this is a big motherfucking game. It's a big stage production. And it's more to it than meets the eye. So what was really happening? What is it that they knew that we didn't know? Why did they feel the need to try to overthrow the United States government? That's the question I want to know, because there's something to that. What's the real story is what I want to know. Because see, people like that did that, people that did that, they're trying to get rid of, look at what I can do! They're trying to get rid of that. Because look at what I can do! It permeates across all walks of life. Entertainment, politics, religion, sex, education. It permeates across all aspects of life. All. So anyway, This is the occult view. I just wanted to come through and give my occult assessment of current events and things that are taking place. And just think about it. Thank you.